Those who know me know that I've been on TV for 16 years.
Yes.
And I've been doing this particular role for all that time. The environment at work was not very conducive. When we came back to filming, it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. So I was in there, but I was like a walking zombie. At one point, I decided it's not worth it. Every day I went there, I died a little. There's a very bad perception that if you are on TV, you are rich.
Good.
First of all, I am not rich. The truth is, currently, I'm actually even struggling. If at that time, my wife was not an understanding person, then things would have even gotten worse. But she held me, you know, and she still continues holding me now. Even when I told her, look, I'm quitting this production, she was like, if you're okay with it, I'm okay with it.
If you're okay with it,
yes,
I'm okay with it.
Yes. I don't like creating coping mechanisms around anything.
Yes.
Yeah. So I always, if I don't like something, I don't do it. If I like it, I'm fully in it. Learned early that when you create coping mechanisms, then people will learn it. And then now they hold it against you.
There you go.
Yeah. And then now, if they have power to withdraw it,
yes,
then now
they can take it away.
And then now what do you become? A slave to whatever. You see, now that is part of the reason why I do not drink or smoke.
So you never touched alcohol?
Never.
Ever?
Never.
Ever, ever?
Never.
A very good morning to you and a warm welcome to LNS Rebuilding Series. My name is Lynn Ngugi. I know majority of you have seen my guest today. He is what I call an A-list actor, and I know he'll be like, Lynn, what are you even talking about? But I look at him and I wonder, how can he be such a great writer and a great actor? And who exactly is he beyond all those titles? Who exactly is my guest today? I cannot wait for you guys to hear our interview or our conversation for today. And guys, you know, even before I let him introduce himself, I have to say thank you so much to our partners at Maridadi Motors for always coming through for our episodes. And now you know them. Congratulations to you, Eric, and your team for the amazing awards that you are scooping. And I keep saying, if you want to import, if you want to invest with them, you want to go for driving school, or you want to take your car for a beautiful car wash or duvets, please go and look out. Please go and look, and then mtafute my people at Maridadi Motors. And of course, to say thank you so much to my incredible team who puts this work together, and to you guys for making sure you are active participants of our conversations. I know this topic will be deep, so sit down, relax, and now without further ado, please allow me to let my guest introduce himself. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm fine.
You always chilled like this, like good morning. Yes.
Yeah, I'm always easy until I am asked to do something or I'm supposed to do something. Yeah, my day starts a little earlier.
Yes.
Yeah, by the time it's 8 now.
Yes.
This is like my second job.
For real, for real?
Yeah.
You are an early morning person.
Yeah, my day starts at 4.
Oh, mine starts at 3. So I beat you to it with an hour, right? Yes.
I would have said my day starts at 3, but 3 is when I reset.
Okay. So same
Yeah.
case, same case.
So 3 is when I reset.
Yes.
Then now 4, I'm seated.
Okay.
To start my day.
All right.
Sure.
Really nice to have you on this show. It's been long overdue. As I was telling you earlier, I was so scared of reaching out to you because I didn't know. You know, you portrayed this very serious persona, and I was like, Kwani, what could go wrong? I'll just reach out because I have honestly, intentionally desired to have a conversation with you. I as I said earlier before we started rolling, I find you to be a very conscious person. I find you to be a very straightforward person, contrary to the character that you have portrayed in one of the most successful shows here in the country.
Yeah.
But we will get deeper into that.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting to let you introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Patrick Oketch. I came into this earth some 42 years ago.
All right.
I am a father. I am a husband. Yes. I am a brother. I am a writer.
Yeah.
I am an actor. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is just me in a nutshell.
In a nutshell.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, before we get deeper into your story, the state of the nation right now, as we've been talking about this, and we are saying there's just this energy, even in our country right now, and people feel a bit overwhelmed, and you wake up and you don't even know. It's so hard to be positive right now. According to you, where are we even as a nation, and what's keeping you moving as Patrick? What's driving you?
First of all, we are in a collective state of frustration. But as looking back, I think we should have seen it coming. And for me, it is not about the politics or the politician. It is just our collective behavior as Kenyans. Because naturally, what has been taken as the norm is that whenever someone is in a certain position, you look at it in terms of what is there for him to take out, whether legally or not. You see, so a very, very normal thing is that if you hear someone has been appointed in a position or has gotten a job in a certain place, the natural reaction is, you place iko na nini, or sahi ako kwa mafuta.
Yes.
Whether that mafuta is legally acquired or not. And in fact, the more illegal, the more celebrated. And you see, that is what has gotten us to where we are. We cheer to our thieves more than we cheer to our righteous people. You see? And someone said, your politicians are a reflection of who you are.
Yes.
If our politicians are fools, that collectively we are all fools. And so we are at that place where you can actually, summarize it to mtoto alilia wembe akapewa. And so the wembe does what wembe does. And that's where we are at now. We are bleeding out of our own collective ignorance, collective greed, collective state of insensitivity. And so we have to go through it. Yeah. We have to bleed until we find a way of healing.
Choices have consequences.
Yeah. Sounds like a cliche, but that is it. We really have to pay the price.
Isn't it funny that the statements that sound like cliches now are beginning to make sense?
A lot of sense.
Mtoto akililia wembe, mpe.
Yes.
Choices have consequences. Yeah. The things we take for granted, the sayings that we take for granted are now playing out in front of our eyes.
And unfortunately, in Kenya, and I don't know whether this is unique to Kenya only, we get so emotional when it comes to politics and forget everything logic. Totally. Like, you see the people we elect and you are like, you ask yourself, really, how did we end up with some of these people? And for me, I would blame squarely the middle class of this country. They are aloof, they are insensitive, they are totally detached, yet, by the end of the day, they bear the biggest burden. They are the ones who complain most on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
They are the ones who complain most on whatever social media forum.
They are
the ones who fight at the door to get to interviews on TV stations with big English, And yet, they take the backseat when it comes to making the most crucial decisions. And you have this one opportunity every 5 years to correct these mistakes, yet we still do the same. I mean, success has a pattern, and so is failure. We keep failing because we have made a pattern out of it. Yeah.
So, looking at it that way, how can we do better? Because we're feeling it now. Of course, mtoto alilia wembe ndio. So, how as a society, how can we do better? What can we do?
A lot of practical education. I don't want to say, I'm avoiding saying civil education.
Yes.
Because that has been abused a lot. A lot of practical education. This, whatever this color is, just tell people this is the color. Don't give it any flowery names. Point things as they are. I was asking someone, I think 3 days ago, I asked him, to what level of education did you go? He said he's a graduate. Now, as a graduate in this country, do you know that before certain laws are passed, there is something called public participation? He said, yeah, I'm aware. Have you ever attended any? It's like, enyewe, sijawai. Why? Because by the time that law will be passed, you will be affected directly. Why haven't you ever gone there and said, this is my piece? So that even when the law is passed, even if it goes against what you say, but you'll be like, I did my part by taking part in the making of that law. Nobody does. Ask even people in this room, how many people have ever gone to any public forum to say their piece? And say, yes, when they were making the constitution, I contributed to it.
Do you think maybe the negligence comes from, even if I go? So we always, this is how I'll speak, maybe the people I talk to, this is how we operate. Even if I go and participate, a decision has already been made. Even if I go and vote, they already know who is going to win. Even so, it's like we have this perception of no matter how much I participate, it won't count. You get it? It won't count. There is no need for me kujichokesha. Whatever has been decided has been decided.
You see, that is what someone has made sure you believe. So the system has been designed in a way that will make Lynn not want even to go there, because you're telling yourself the decision is for certain people and it has already been made. And that is not true. That is not true. The law is there that states that before certain decisions are made, the public must take part in it. And your opinion, however small, must be heard. And then it will be taken into consideration. And then now, the final decision will be made before whatever policy or suggestion goes through the processes of being a law.
Yeah.
By the time it gets to that place where now it is a law, the assumption is Lynn had their input. Another person had their input. Patrick had his input, and therefore this is the collective input of the people, and therefore you must follow it. But when you did not take part, did not even know something was happening, you are not even aware, you do not take part in your daily decision making, collective decision making of the country, yet you complain when decisions have already been made, then you are part of the problem. You see, queuing and voting is not the end of everything. You're supposed to check on this person you voted on. Find out what are they doing with our money. Every time you see a politician drive by, just know that is your fuel. You see, every time you see a politician wearing a belt worth 400,000, that is your money. Okay? Yeah. They are public property by virtue of holding that office. and therefore they are accountable to the people. You see? So you need to question everything they do, because they did not put themselves there. You put them there on your behalf.
Yeah.
So if you don't do it and then you complain, then that's a problem. The problem is not with them, because systems are designed to work for the benefit of either a few or majority. It depends on which side you look at it. Our systems have been designed to work for those who in the know. If you know, cliche again, knowledge is power. If you know how systems work, you will reap the benefits of the system. If you know, and then there is knowing how the system works, knowing those who run the system. You see? And then you'll find that sometimes you get frustrated because you know how the system works, but it is not working as it should, because the people running the system have made it dysfunctional on purpose. You see, if Lynn, with all her resources and knowledge and accessibility, is not able to take part in a public participation forum, think about someone of Lynn's age in whatever part of this country, Northeastern, Turkana, Pokot, that probably the only thing they have is a transistor radio. The chief's office is 4 or 5 kilometers off from where they are. They can't even go to the chief's baraza, the most basic, to go and hear out what happens. When will these people ever take part in decision making, apart from the day the politician comes with 50 shillings and a packet of unga and a propaganda and tell them, don't elect this person, elect this one, don't do this, do the other. And then after that, they wait for another 5 years for another packet of unga, because the system has been designed to function like that. And you who knows that the system dysfunctions intentionally needs to be the voice of those people who do not even know about the system. For them, they know, mtoto yetu ndio huyu amesimama na tumepatia yeye kura, yeye ndio tunapeleka. Unampeleka wapi? Akafanye nini? Asaidie nani? When these politicians land in their villages every other weekend for funeral, arambes, or, just get together, they go to the bank, wanachukua all the small notes, the small denominations, because he's going to the village, inakwanga hapa kwa koti, or for the ladies, kona handbag inakwanga hapa. So it's just, they have their minders dishing out those, and then they say, huyu mtu anakwanga roho safi sana. He's a good person. Ukienda kwake huwezi toka bila kitu. Because that is the way they have designed the system. This person does not question why the dispensary does not have medicine. Kwa nini? Because huyu mtu anakwanga roho safi. System.
Wow, we gotta think deeper, and I love that we are having these conversations. Personally, I'm one of those people you said, I stay away from that zone because I like impacting the society the best way I know how. But the sad realization for me as well is whether you are an active participant in that arena or not. When you guys now start paying the price, it doesn't matter who was active or not. All of you will feel the pain. So I'm trying to be so how best can we be able to make sure that we participate while still impacting our society? And I love that you've added your voice on that. But going back to your story, the theme of this series is dubbed Rebuilding. And I love asking my guests, what are you rebuilding or building in your life right now?
Right now?
Yes.
I'm rebuilding everything. Yeah, I'm at that point where, starting from scratch. For those, everyone knows, those who know me know that I've been on TV for 16 years.
Yes.
And I've been doing this particular role for all that time. I got into TV in 2008.
Yeah.
And from 2008, I've been playing this role on Citizen TV, Mother-in-Law as Charlie. When I got into TV, I just got in as an actor. Then by and by, I started writing.
Yes.
So at some point, I was like the sole writer for Mother-in-Law for 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And then other writers came,
Yes.
Mother-in-Law has had so many writers over a period of time. Started with Naomi Kamau as the original writer. So Naomi Kamau and Catherine Wamoyo were the creators of Mother-in-Law. And when they created Mother-in-Law, of course, casting, everyone got together and it took off. Then I joined towards the end of the first season. I think around episode 10. Yeah. And my role was very small when I started. I was just supposed to come visit my brother and go back to the village. Charlie was this very troublesome person.
Yeah.
And nobody liked him. Nobody wanted him because, again, like in a family setup, we have the successful ones and we are the others who are not. And so they are looked at differently with a different kind of lens. And so that was Charlie. And so my role was not supposed to be this major. But my producer director then, Catherine Omoyo, I think saw how well I did my part, and she decided to expand my role, and it became bigger. And so I became a regular. So when I became a regular, I was also lucky to be paired by one of the best actresses in this world.
Yes.
Yeah, Catherine Kamau, who also just came, just like me, to play a small role and go away. But then she also did exceptionally well in the part that she was given, that the producer felt that if they were to let her go, it would have been a loss to the production, which was true.
Yeah.
Her judgment was right. So she paired me and Catherine, and we became like love interests in the show.
In the show.
And we became the famous Charlie and Selena.
Yes.
Yeah. So at some point, the show was like Charlie and Selena. For a moment, people almost forgot about Mother-in-Law, because Mother-in-Law became about just Charlie and Selena for a bit. And we played that role for 6-7 years. Yeah. 6-7 years before she left.
Yes.
And then, of course, Charlie continued. Other people came, And then it got to a point, okay, I think my second year in Mother-in-Law, that's when I started showing interest in writing. So I approached Naomi Kamau and asked her that I would want to know how the writing process goes. So she was gracious enough to invite me into her writer's room. And so I was in the shadows learning for about a season. Yeah. And then now she would allow me to give my input here and there. And then by and by, I could now write a full episode confidently. And then the producer then asked me to at least do a sample script, which she liked immediately. And it was my first episode ever to be written and filmed and credited. Yeah, so I got my first credit after 2 years of learning. Yeah, and then now from there, took off. Yeah, and then of course at some point, Naomi Kamau left to go and develop Machachari. So she concentrated on Machachari more. So I was left as one of the writers.
Yeah.
Abel Mutua joined us. Initially, Abel came as an assistant camera. People don't know this about Abel. That dude is multi-talented.
He is.
People don't know that Abel is a super cameraman. He introduced some interesting angles to the recording of Mother-in-Law that some of them still exist to date. I mean, the way he did it, it just took off.
Beautiful.
Yeah, people don't know that. He is a very, very good writer. Not just of comedy, but also of drama.
Yeah.
He introduced some of the most iconic characters in Mother-in-Law. Alpha, who else? Yeah, some of those very good characters that are the memorable ones. He introduced them. He introduced my daughter, Ida.
Yes. Yes.
When she came into the show, he's the one who brought her in, and it just took off, you know, and of course that blew her career.
Yes.
You know, and we had a very good working relationship. I'm very good with writing, you know, stories of the old, you know. I read a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, and I love studying people. Yeah, I love picking things about people, and I incorporate that in my writing. So we had a very good working relationship, and then of course his career also took off, and he left.
Yeah.
So I was writing with Abel, another lady, very good lady writer by the name Nancy. I don't know why Nancy does not write anymore, but she has a way with how, you know, her writing. People don't know much about her because she's not written so much.
Yes.
But she left for the US. I know she's in the country right now for holiday. So among the people I wrote with, I was the only constant factor for a long time. Everyone would come and leave. So Abel came, left, Nancy came and left at some point. Even Ida started writing, and she also left for the US. Faith, who plays Lisa, at some point we were writing with her, and then she also stopped writing because now she moved to writing for Taidi. So at some point I was left as the sole writer, and that's how I wrote for 8 years as the sole writer. Then other writers also now joined in. Yeah. So after writing for close to 12 years, I started feeling like I'm not moving, I'm not growing. I need to get myself out of kind of comfort zone. But for me, it wasn't comfortable. It was uncomfortable zone. Yeah. So I stopped writing. Then 2-3 years later, I said, now I also think I need to think of myself beyond mother-in-law. So I took a sabbatical and said, now I want to rethink the direction of my life. So I also stepped away from mother-in-law. Yeah, it wasn't a very easy decision. It came at a time when I felt I was losing it, because the environment at work was not very conducive. First of all, we were hit by COVID.
Yes.
Now, when we were hit by COVID, everything stopped. We could not record. There's no filming. There's nothing that's going on. We are at home, lockdown and all. And then when we came back to filming, it wasn't the same. So I was in there, but I was like a walking zombie. You know, you're going to work, but you ask yourself, why am I here? What am I doing? Yeah, what is going on? What is the worst that can happen if I walk away? So at one point, I decided it's not worth it. Every day I went there, I died a little. Every day I went there, I died a little, because the situation was getting worse and worse and worse. So I decided my mental health is not worth this. Because I looked at the bigger picture. I asked myself, in this company that I'm working, what role am I playing that cannot be played by anyone else?
Oh.
And I realized I'm not indispensable.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, if I leave, there are people who have left by natural attrition.
Yes.
And life went on.
Life went on.
Yeah, the sun still came out and went down.
There you go.
So,
yes.
So I decided I'm not too big to kill myself for even people who don't even know me. I am sure the owner of the company, if he met me, he wouldn't call me by my name. He'll call me by
Charlie.
Yeah, by a character that is created for his company to work with for. You know, or probably a number maybe that they use on the payroll.
Yes.
Yeah. You're just a statistic. in the whole of this system, you are a speck. So I realized, whereas I am going down for this beautiful show that I believed in and I loved, but the show doesn't think of me the same. Yeah. I am not as valuable
as you think,
as I think I am. I am not as big
as you think you are.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it was this realization of, you know, you're dying for people who don't know you, for people who don't even care.
Yes.
So you have to do it for yourself.
Yes.
At some point in this show, I used to do like more than just acting and writing. I would even do locations. You know, I would write a script and then look at the script and say, okay, this scene, I would want it in this kind of location. So I'd go even location scouting. I would write a scene and then look at the characters that are there. Maybe we need a guest artist. I would even suggest who the people can play these roles. I would even help out with auditions. Those are additional, you know, responsibilities that were never reflected anywhere in my pay or my resume, you know. So I was giving my all, but my all was not enough. So I decided I do not need to kill myself for people who do not see the value in what I'm doing. So I decided, this is it. Let me take a break and see what is out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to touch on that a little. And then I want to touch on something else before I forget. But you know, when you said, when I exited my previous company, and people asked, "Are you even sure?" I remember a couple of things were thrown around, like things that could really demotivate you. They are not worth it right now. And I started doubting myself a little bit, but I was very certain of one thing: I'm going to choose growth over comfort. And a lot of people who are watching right now, I'm very privileged right now to be self-employed, but I know what it is to work extra for people and have people not see you and assume even if you exit, we will still do better. You get it? And where do we draw the line between these are my deliverables at work? Me, my job is to come 8 to 5 and I'm out. This is what my contract says I should do. Because the downfall of that is, if you stick to what it says, you never grow. Because some of the people who have grown and grown massively, including people like Abel, it's because you have to put in that extra. If you keep on doing what's in the books, most of the times I would look at my deliverables, I'm like, oh, I just need to shoot 1 show or 2 in a week. Okay, I'm good. But I go home, I'm not growing. I'm doing a great injustice to myself. But where do I draw the line? And one of the conversations I keep telling people I'll tackle is the fear of rent and food. Because I was so scared. Me, I hate poverty. Who
loves poverty?
I don't know. Maybe some people, I hate
who loves poverty?
The idea of ever sleeping hungry again is what will keep me working 20 hours in a day. But the fear of food and rent and also knowing I don't know where to go after this keeps people, locks people in places they shouldn't be. But then again, as you've said, you don't want to die for people who don't even know your worth. So now where do we draw the line?
Okay. You have your phone.
Yes, I do.
Now, when the phone rings and the number calling, if someone was to put a mirror on your face as the phone is ringing, what is your reaction to them? That already tells you whether you are in the right place or not.
Yes.
There are certain calls when you just see that name or number, something happens to your mood. Then you realize something is wrong already.
True.
So that should, for you, be a starting point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you think, whose fault is it though, that the company does? Do you think a lot of us know how to fight for our positions and our worth in workplaces? Or do you think majority of us are quiet because I can't approach HR, I can't approach the boss? If I tell them I need more salary, I get fired, or they start looking for a replacement for me. Do you think even people who are in employment, because we both were at some point, you know how to fight for your place in that?
I always ask myself, this fight that I want to put up, am I fighting for me or for others? If I'm fighting for me, am I likely to live to reap the victory? You might decide and say, damn it, I'm going to be the tree shaker. I don't care who picks the fruit.
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
So as you shake the tree, and in the event that the tree falls, are you ready to take the fall? You might shake the tree and walk, but the fruit falls and the people after you pick the fruit. If that is your mission in life, yeah, so be it. But if you're fighting knowing that I'm fighting this fight for me and I'm likely to win, and even if I lose, I'll go with the satisfaction that I tried.
Yes.
That is fine. But then again, sometimes you look at the fight you want to get into, and then you realize you're fighting people who don't even know the value of what you are telling them. You are telling a pig to brush up.
True story. True.
And they're like, why do I need to? Yeah. So they're okay in that environment.
Yes.
Like super okay.
Yeah.
And then I look around, and then I see the people I am with, and analyze one by every person and see what they bring.
Yes.
And then you realize you have absolutely nothing in common.
And you know what they say? You are the 5 people you spend your most time around.
With. Yes. And then you're like, okay, in the whole, in the grand scheme of things, none of these people would walk in the same direction I'm going. Why? Because there's someone who is there because there's nothing else to do at home. Yeah. I'm better off here, even if they're giving me peanuts, because otherwise, at home, what will I be doing? Another one is like, well, I don't pay rent. I still stay at home. So all this money is for sherehe, nguo yangu, kiatu yangu. Makeup, tuko poa. Another one is a pensioner. They already have their homes. They don't have school fees to pay. They have no pressure. This is just to keep them young and going. Otherwise, they would be maybe locked up in an old people's home, and but then this is good for them. So we are at totally different wavelengths as far as things are concerned. I have children who need school fees. I have rent to pay. I have a house to build. I need to go back to school, finish my degree, and everything else. So we are in a totally different kind of game of life, you see. So when I speak up and say I want better for us, and they're like, what do you mean better? Does it get better than it already is right now? And then someone is telling you, you should be grateful that you are even here in the first place. So asking for better is being ungrateful. I don't like when I am giving my professional sweat to something or to someone and they think they're doing me a favor. It is an insult.
There you go.
It is an insult. You work in an environment where when you speak up, someone asks you a question like, who pays you to think? Thinking is in the Constitution.
Pays you to think. Yes.
It is in the Constitution.
Yes.
The right to conscience.
Yes.
The right to hold my thoughts.
Yes.
Who pays you not to allow me to think?
True.
So that environment does not allow growth.
True.
And you see, naturally, for me, I'm a silent rebel. I've been a rebel all my life. This is something people don't know.
Yeah.
I swim against the current, but in a very subtle way. I am a trained teacher.
Yeah.
And when I started teaching, I looked around and I was like, the hell is going on here? These people are not even allowing children to be children.
This environment is slow.
It is too slow for me. It is too... I always... okay, my family is made up of so many teachers,
yes,
including my own wife.
Yeah.
And I always diss them, like my brothers, like, okay, you see the staff room?
Yes.
I don't call it a staff room. I call it a staffy room.
Oh, wow.
Because it is full of politics.
Yes.
That builds no one. That builds nothing. Everyone there acts, behaves like a crab. You know the crab mentality. Yeah, you try climbing, then the other one pulls you down. Yes. I don't really like that kind of a place. And so when I start seeing crabby behaviors in people, I silently just step away. Yeah, alafu tutakuwa tu mabeshte. Hi Lynn.
Mambo.
Uko fiti?
Poa kabisa.
I like that dress.
Mimi pia. I get that from a distance.
Yeah.
From a distance.
But we will never discuss anything business. You will not have to know my place. You'll never get to know anything about me.
Yes.
And you'll only know what I decide that you need to know. Probably a post on Facebook or something like that. And it ends there.
Yeah.
Now that's where you say I'm very private, very conscious.
Yes.
Because my business is my business. It is not ours. And by the time I make it ours, it's because it's beneficial to both of us. And that's how I operate.
Financially, would you say you benefited from your craft?
Yes. I cannot say I did not. Yes, I did. I know at some point I was one of the best paid actors at some point. And I'm saying at some point because, of course, I was doing a lot also. It was worth all the work I was doing. I was writing, I was acting, and we were being paid regularly, of course, until now these other things started coming in, and it no longer became a conducive, safe work environment. I don't want to come to work in the morning, and when I see you, I feel like my stomach is writing. It's not good. However much you pay me,
it's not worth it.
No, it's not. In the village where I come from, where I've built my home is like a few hundred meters off the lake. It's a beautiful view. Sometimes I just go home and stand by the shores of the lake and just enjoy the air. No money. It doesn't cost me anything. Sometimes I'm super broke and all I want is just a peace of mind. So I would rather be in that space than in this space where however much you're paying me, but I feel suffocated. It is not working for me. It is not working for me. My suggestions are brushed away. My ideas are, I'm not saying you must take my ideas.
But listen.
But yeah, even pretend to be interested, even for a second, Because again, having worked over all this time, then suddenly we are no longer useful. We no longer, our opinion no longer matters, yet we are the people who have been holding this thing for all this time. And then you bring in things that are not working for us, but we are not supposed to say anything about it. Because why? Because you're not paid to think. No.
Who pays you to think?
I've been thinking for 8 years for this damn thing, man.
I know.
Yeah, I'm paid to think.
Yeah. But I love the things you're saying. You've built your home. You invested. The misconception around creatives is we don't know how to save. And unfortunately, we've seen also stories of beautiful creatives, people who went ahead and did great things, but they have nothing to show for it, right? For you, where did that thought come from that, I know I'm getting good money, I know I'm doing what I love, but well at it, I can't live. I've never seen a post of you like, cruising in a Subaru or, all these things that sometimes we are tempted to do as creatives or quote unquote celebrities. Why did you stay away from that part? And who taught you this investing game as a creative?
Okay. There's a very bad perception that if you are on TV, you are rich.
Good.
First of all, I am not rich. The truth is, currently, I'm actually even struggling. And I have maintained the same me, even when I had money and even when I don't have it right now. Why? Because I have seen people with money who live very sad lives. I have seen people without money who are forever smiling. So I realized money is just a force. It's just one of those things that, facilitate, things to work for you. But it is not the ultimate. Of course, I would want to have a lot of money, but you'll never see me flaunt it. Why? Because it comes and goes. Today, probably I only have 1,000 in my pocket. Tomorrow, I'll have 200,000. And another day, maybe more, maybe less, maybe negative. So money fluctuates. My life is run by the constants, not the variables. You see? So for me, I do not show my variables. I show my constants. Yes.
That's powerful. That's powerful. Let me take you back to your exit point. You're done with this. You're like, hey, I'm choosing my mental space, my mental health over this thing that's happening. And you say, down with it. But where are we going next? Where is Patrick heading to? Does he have a plan? And where is he right now?
Sometimes the best exit plan is have no plan. Because when you have a plan, your mind is all pegged on, I'll start with A and then go to B and then go to C and then go to D. I don't have a plan. I only have a goal. Why? Because I know what I want by the end of it. But my methods are not fixated. My methods are flexible. Where the goal is fixed, but the method is flexible. Yes. I don't want to peg, I don't want to commit the same mistake of staying in one place and being in this comfortable zone and then end up again repeating the same. I don't want to be in a loop. Right now, I don't want to say I know my worth or, that kind of thing. I've always known my worth anyway.
Okay,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I've always known my worth.
Yes.
I know what I'm capable of and I know what I'm not capable of. I know I can do this and I know there are things I will not touch.
Yeah.
With that in mind, the direction I'm taking is of me. I come first in everything. Yes. So for me, I come first. If I don't see myself in it, I don't touch it. Yes. You call me and tell me, I have this for you. These are the conditions, or these are the terms. I look for me in that. Someone said, in every deal, there is a fool. And if you don't see the fool in the deal,
You are the fool.
you are the fool.
Yeah.
So I always look for the fool in the deal. So if I don't see the fool in the deal, then I look for myself in the deal. Then realize whether I'm the fool or if we are two fools
In that deal.
in that deal. Yeah. So that is where I am at the moment. And then I don't want to rush into doing what everyone else is doing, or I'm very poor at following trends. I'm very poor at following trends.
Me too.
Yeah, so you see, people stopped going in. You've seen many of fellow artists
Yes.
who quit TV, and then everyone rush to YouTube.
They have a podcast.
Or doing, vines. If you look at my page, you'll find I've talked about Beyaunga, for example. What does Beyaunga mean to us? Is it about just the price of flour, or is it symbolic of something? Beyaunga is symbolic to Kenyans as, the cost of living. That is what Beyaunga and Beyamafuta means. That's why everything in Kenya is pegged on the price of petrol and the price of flour, because that is the baseline.
Yes.
So when I talk about them, it's just to bring out some of these social issues that people, I consider myself a social commentator.
Yes.
You
are.
Yeah. So when I talk about these things, it's not just to make fun about them. I have a political side to me, which is not obviously very vocal out there. I hate taking political sides because I know all politicians are cut from the same cloth. They say this while they mean another.
Yes.
They'll smile at you while signing off your life. So I know these things. I've talked to politicians of all walks of life, including to people even in the highest office. You'll never see me post or tell you I was at this office or that. Never. Because that is my private business. Now that is where I am at
right now.
Yeah, I'm at a position where I'm looking at everything and finding myself. I'm looking for opportunities that build me as a person, not just wealth or money or business or I'm doing self-growth again.
More of a mindset thing.
Yes, I'm doing self-growth. I'm trying to get into spaces that are beneficial beyond just me and even people around me. Yeah. I'm a firstborn.
Yes.
In a family of 5 boys.
Yeah.
Never had a sister. The only sisters I have now are my sisters-in-law. Beautiful women.
Yes.
Yeah. All my brothers are married. Yeah. I know they don't like me saying that because they're very handsome. So whenever I'm with them, they're like, "You're the only one with a ring."
Oh.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, you're the ones who have stolen people's daughters.
Oh my God.
You need to pay up.
Yes, pay up.
So we are a very tight-knit family. Yeah. The only people you see me posting are my brothers. Because we have this boys' conference that we always sit down and talk. My brothers are my biggest support system. They're the people that are on my speed dial. There are 5 people on my speed dial. My wife and my 4 brothers. Yeah. So those are the people that if I send one text right now, you'll see responses immediately. I only need to tell them, guys, there's a situation here. Oh, my phone will be ringing off the hook.
Yes.
Yeah. And we are that to each other. Actually, one of my sisters-in-law was one day complaining, like, what is this about these boys that, if I call my brother, whatever time, he will be there. He knows if he calls me, I will be there.
Yeah. I know your dad passed
Yeah.
on when you were very young.
Yeah.
So how did this affect your life growing up as a man? Because I remember when Joshua J. Karanja used to host a show called Men's Desk. One of the questions we would ask here on the show is, who is a man?
Yeah.
Because of how probably this person has been brought up. So for you, having dad go at such a young age, did you take up that responsibility of being a dad to your brothers? And do you think that's why your relationship is very tight?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if they look at me as a dad, but I knew from the onset that there was no one who was coming to rescue us. Because my mom was struggling. My dad passed away in 1991. I was about about 10 years old. My youngest bro doesn't know my dad very well. He was barely a year old. Yeah. I think he only saw dad in photos.
Yeah.
And there were not very many of those. I never looked up to any man as a father figure and say, now this is my dad, and so, or this is a man I would want to emulate. I only had my mom, and she was extremely hardworking. She was a strict disciplinarian. Bringing up 5 children in Eastlands of Nairobi is not a joke. We could have turned out to be anything.
Yes.
You know, could have turned out to be anything. She was super strict. And she made it very clear from the onset. You know, the other day I was telling my brothers, do you know how young mom was when dad died? When my dad passed away, my mom was 33, already a widow, with 5 children, and a co-wife. You know? And I'm like, what? Because I'm looking at my bro, my young bro is, I think he's now 34, 35. Like, you're even older than when mom lost the husband, and she was taking care of all of us. And we never lacked. We never lacked. She made sure we got at least the most basic of things. And we appreciated. We never demanded for more. We never asked for what she could not provide. And so we made, use of the bare minimums. Yeah. Took us to high school. Then after high school, unfortunately, we were not able to get to university.
Yeah.
So life began. After high school, because I cleared high school in 2000, in 2003, mom passed. And now that's when it hit me like, okay, this is it. So myself and my follower, we had cleared high school. We cleared at the same time. My second follower was in Form 4. Yeah, he was sitting exams in that year. Then the one following him was in Form 2. And then the last one was in Class 6. And here we were. Nothing going on. No college. This is now 3 years after high school. You were at home. Where in my village there is sand harvesting. There's nothing you can do. Yeah, you're harvesting sand with everyone else. The difference between you and the other person who never went to high school, you are all equal.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's either you do the sand harvesting or get into the lake and do fishing. And for me, fishing was not an option because it was extreme. And also, the issues surrounding fishing as an industry were not the kind of environment I wanted to be in. So I avoided it.
Yes.
And God was gracious enough to not allow me go that direction. So after mom passed, there was no one coming to rescue us. So we were on our own. And my mom's sisters sat down and they were like, you guys need to think of what you need to do. Personally, I wanted to do journalism at that point. But then my follower, and I don't know, I think God gave him that wisdom, was like, dude, no one is going to take you to journalism school. Pick what is available. So he applied to TTC. And he was like, let's do this. Like, what? I don't want to do that. He was like, dude.
Let's do Indio Eco.
Indio to Eco.
Yes.
So he forced me to apply. And so I applied. And then we got letters. He went to Tambach TTC.
Yeah.
I went to Togoto. So one of my mom's sisters were great. So one of my mom's sisters were gracious enough to pay my college fees. And then when I cleared college, I came out and started teaching, and I looked at this profession and I was like, what is this now? This is not where I want to be at. Now, the rebel in me is not the rebel that, on your face.
Yeah.
No. I rebel from inside, even against myself. You're a professional teacher. You're very good. Actually, when I finished Ogeto, I was one of the best teachers. It's even on record that one of the TPs, because when we go for teaching practice, you are ranked. I was at one time the best teacher.
Congrats.
And I'm doing this and I'm not liking it. Yet I'm still the best. Yeah. The reason why I was the best is because one thing my dad taught me, even at a young age, he was like, when you are doing something, do it. Don't start if you do not want. If you start, you must do and finish. So there's no way I'll start doing something and do it badly, even if I don't like it. No. I give it, I do it with respect.
You give it your all.
I give it my all. So it's in Togoto, at Togoto, that's where I started doing like serious drama. In high school, there was not much drama. The school where I went to, there was not much drama to talk about, though there was a bit of music, but even the music was just the choral music, not the kind of music I wanted to be part of. Yeah. But I used to do poetry, and I could go for those poetry competition. I had several certificates, even though it was kind of strange to the people in school because they were used to singing the folk songs, the choirs, and all, that kind of a thing. So when I was doing like the solo verses, I was like a lone ranger. Yeah. So, but I did a bit of a few of those, the provincials and all. Yeah. So in college, that's when I got into serious acting, drama. Yeah, so we did the music festival, the drama festival stuff. That's where I even met Akina OJ, Akina Abel Mutua when they were at Kenya Mass. And the guys were, by then, the current Technical University of Kenya. Used to be Kenya Poly. Yes. Yeah, there were notable faces that we competed against them. Yes. So we gave Togoto a name from then because there was no drama in Togoto. Yeah. So after we came in, and then we were also lucky around that same time, a lecturer who came from Kamwenja, she's very famous in the drama circles, Charity Muraguri, joined Togoto at that time. And then now it was a very good blend, sometimes God works in ways.
Mysterious.
Yeah. So that is what gave me this courage to express myself in theater and performing arts. Yes. But for me, it was one of those things that just make me happy. I hate forming habits around things as a coping mechanism, because now then it becomes again a habit that is not really healthy. So what if it is withdrawn? What happens? Do you die?
Wow, that's powerful.
So I don't like creating coping mechanisms around anything.
Yes.
Yeah. So I always, if I don't like something, I don't do it. If I like it, I'm fully in it.
That's okay. That's my take home, because I think I suffer from that. Yeah. You create habits around, some coping mechanism. That's powerful.
I learned early that when you create coping mechanisms, then people will learn it. And then now they hold it against you.
There you go.
Yeah. And then now, if they have power to withdraw it, then now
they can take it away.
And then now what do you become? A slave to whatever. You see, now that is part of the reason why I do not drink or smoke.
Quite the contrary.
Yeah.
Because your character.
You see, like I've already told you, when I'm doing something, I do it to my level best.
So you never touched alcohol?
Never.
Ever?
Never.
Ever?
Never.
A guy scholar is like hey, that's my cue for a water break.
Never.
That's the funniest thing scholar has ever done.
Never.
You've never touched alcohol in your
Never.
life. So you're a brilliant actor.
Thank you.
You are.
Thank you.
True story.
Um,
True story. Tell you why. There are movies I've watched, and to get into character, you have to experience to feel it. You see, when I think you've watched actors who, I think that's to put them in a character, they have to gain weight.
Yes,
or even Will Smith did lose a lot of weight for Ali. So it's like you are brilliant. You don't even know how. Okay, mbona na advertise.
No.
Really?
You see,
Hey.
I've never even been curious to want to know hii kitu inakuanga na nini ndani. I've never been curious because it's one of those things that, how would I put it? Okay. You see the way a duck sees water and runs to it?
Yes.
And a hen sees water and doesn't know what that is. For me, I'm like hen and water. The only time kuku ingizwa kwa maji ni ukichinja uitoe manyoya.
Ukweli.
Sindio?
Yeah.
So any other time, no hen just runs into water. And that's me and alcohol.
Hey.
Hakuna mali tunapatana. Hata zinagata ati ikitu siku hata ile asiri kusema ati nijifiche kwa kona nionje.
So ulijuaje kuact kama mlevi? You observed walevi zama?
I'm very observant.
I noticed.
I'm very observant. I take my time to study.
Yes.
Yes, I look and find out what makes you do the things you do. Why do you behave the way you behave? What are your mannerisms? What is your mien when you're doing that thing? How does that thing make you act?
Yes.
So when I ask myself those questions, and then I put myself in that situation and tell myself, you are now this person. You are handling this situation. How best would you bring it out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I do like a scene or a take, and then I see people clapping and happy, and in my head I have so many doubts. Like, dudes, that was fake. that didn't come out as.
Yes.
But everyone is like happy. Prince, that's good. Like, no, can we do another one? Anytime I'm doing the drunk scenes, I think everyone who is on set with me, say for the fact that they enjoy me doing it,
Yes.
but they get super tired. Because I always want the perfect take.
Yes.
Yeah, I always want the perfect take. So for me, and part of the reason why I really, really, really wanted to shade off this bit of acting drunk and all, because that is the only thing people know me for. Like, I am an actor. I can do other things. I can do other roles. And I don't like being, typecast. I don't want to be typecast. I've turned down a few roles.
Yes.
People want me to act either an abusive father or this angry boss, or, because they're almost in the same line as a drunkard.
Yes.
So, no, I want to do other roles also. Yeah. And better still, maybe in another, 5 years, I'll say, I don't want to act anymore. I want to be behind the camera. Yeah.
The power of just knowing you have the power to choose what you want to be at any given day.
People should have that power.
Yes.
People should. And people should know they do have it.
Like me, I said one day I'll wake up, I'll travel the world for 1 year and I will not do a show.
Yes.
And I will just disappear. And it's a choice and I will do it.
You have the power to.
Yes.
You have the power to. It's just you to say, I don't want to be closed in this box.
I love that. And I get angry sometimes at that. So, and I've said this before. There's a show I love. It's called Tales of Wanjiku. And I love doing that show. But that show is also mentally exhausting. It's my purpose. I love that show. I do it for my own personal reasons. But then when people see a bit of switch up, like now, because people don't know, I can interview whoever I want.
Yes.
But so when they see it's like you're transitioning from a particular group of people going for quote unquote elite or people, they be like, kwa nini Lynn siku hizi afanyi stories za mtu wa kawaida? I'm like, no, you will not put me in a box.
Yes.
You cannot put a creative in a box.
Yes.
You have to let them or give them the freedom to create what they want to create, when they want to create, and how they want to create.
You know, I watched the interview you had with Abel.
Yes.
And he said something that he used to say even before.
Yeah.
He used to tell me, bro, useiandikia show watu.
There you go.
Wewe jiandikie script yako. Because the moment you stop writing for them, then they'll turn against you.
There you go.
See, the same person who claps for you today will kick your butt tomorrow.
Oh, tell me about it. No, another day. There is a time I keep telling these stories sometimes when I'm in the mood to. Someone wanted to trend with my name. So they said all sort of things. And so because they were releasing a song, right? So I saw that post on Facebook and I went on the comment section of now whoever had posted. And I saw one woman there saying, nilijua tu na venye kinajifanyanga Mother Teresa. So me, I click on the profile of this person, right? Then I say, let me see if this, on the chat now on the message, this person had written to me like 4 months ago. Lynn, I love your job. You are awesome. There's a story of mine I would want you to do. Please call. And they left their number. That day I contemplated. Should I call you and say, hi, Mother Teresa is calling you. Please answer. The same way. And I feel like this is the reality of the bitter truth that people need to learn. Personally, I love my audience. They know I appreciate them. Tumetoka mbali. But I also know that not everyone clapping for you is vouching for you and is for you.
Yes.
People just want you to trip a little bit.
You see, this is one thing for me. Imagine I'm not scared of tripping.
Me too.
I'm not scared. I'm not an angel.
No, we are not
I
Gabriel.
didn't come from the sky.
We are not Gabriel.
I was born in Pumwani.
Me too. You are Pumwani, baby?
Yes.
Me too.
I was born in Pumwani. There's
Many other people. Many Pumwani babies.
Yes, so kuza kuniambia nafaa kufanya venye unataka, bro.
Nafaa kuwa perfect.
I actually engage people on my comment section. But if you come side mbaya, wambia bro, keep left, come correct.
Yes.
Hey.
I'll block you.
Sina time kukublock.
Mimi niko nayo.
Nakuambia. Mimi nakujibu hapo.
Hapo.
Yeah, I engage my audience.
Okay, hiyo ndio courage mimi sikupewa.
I engage my audience.
Sipendi kuchoka kutype.
And I like making, fun with them.
Me too.
Let's talk. Let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
I read my inboxes.
Yes.
Yeah, there are so many horses in there. Hey. So those ones are fine.
Yes.
You don't mind them.
Yes.
Yeah. But if you come to me and you have a conversation with me,
good.
We are good. We are human beings.
Yes.
Yeah.
But come correct.
Right now, I don't have a car. I use a matatu.
Yes.
Yesterday, I was coming from Garden City.
Yeah.
From this supermarket. Then a lady was in the matatu and she was with a gentleman. She was trying to take a photo of me secretly.
Oh.
And the gentleman was like, si umwambie tu mpige picha. She was shocked. She didn't know what I was going to do. So I turned to her and smiled. I told the guy, Msonge, tukachukua selfie.
Alikuwa anataka kukuwa niko kwa matatu.
I don't know. I don't think that would bother me. But I don't think that was the intention.
No.
She just wanted to have this photo.
Yes.
I was like, don't worry.
I
also don't like people taking photos of me.
Yes.
I'd rather we take it together.
I think.
So if I see someone taking a photo of me secretly, I'm like, kuja. atupige.
No, I think that has happened to me before, and I felt really bad. We were in a certain camp.
I stopped feeling bad.
I don't. Maybe me. I need to grow.
Think
I
about
need
it
to
this
mature more.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
But you feel
it's okay to feel bad because it's your space.
Yeah.
But this is me. I was not this good, by the way. I was not. There's a time I used to be really nasty because I'm like, the hell, unataka? But then I realized this person only sees you on TV the same way they see politicians.
No, that one I love.
You see, the same way they see politicians. Yeah. That's why some of them imagine we are rich. When you see politicians flaunting their wealth, it's the same TV that they see politicians, they see the rich people. Yes. That's where they also see you. So they put you in the same bracket. And
they shouldn't.
But you see, that's the world, that's the make-believe world that has been created for them.
But I love that they are. Let me tell you, our audience of today, you can't do this whole celebrity faking it.
No.
They don't even have time.
They don't.
They don't have time for that.
My best audiences are Nairobi people.
Yeah.
Not because they're the best.
Yes.
But they're good in this way. They will not bother you because they think they're too mature, they're ignoring you. You know. Nilikiona hata siku kusalimia. Fine. Imagine I also didn't want you kunisalimia.
Okay. I haven't.
My best audience are the kids.
Yes.
They will always come.
Yes. Charlie. Hi, Charlie.
Kuja.
Yeah.
Mami toa simu. Tupige. And then when the mother was like,
yeah, the kid one.
It's for the kids. You know, or someone comes and tells you, watoto wangu wanakupenda. Like, yeah. Mimi niko sawa na watoto. Because they don't judge you. They just enjoy the fact that, nakuanga mlevi. You know, and that's fine. No, that's fine.
Yes.
They
appreciate the art.
Yes.
Even though they don't know it's art.
They may not understand
but
exactly
they appreciate
what they're like.
But my best ones are the ones who will approach you and be like, Sasa Lynn, pole yaki, kukusumbua. Nilikuwa tunataka kusema I love your work. Can I hug you? Can we take... When someone first recognizes that that is your personal space and they recognize they are entering into your personal space, it makes me feel good. The reason why I said I felt bad, we were at a camp, a very private camp, right? And we could see this person, Pale, really trying to take you know, the ones they take so they can send to the blogs and stuff. And I was like, aya kuja utuchukue, kuja sasa. You get it? It kind of makes you feel like I would never do that to you. Why do you? But anyways, it's the price you pay.
Not long ago, about a month ago, I was at a place where we were trying to come up with a show, a TV show. So we were holed up there for like 5 days. And then, so one day we were like, hey, we've been here for so long. Si tuende tutoe hizo ma stress, tutembee, to swim nini. So there was a swimming pool where we were. But then the swimming pool is open to the public. So we went to the pool and everyone I was with there, like not about writers, but people don't know writers. They only know actors. Yeah. True. So these writers were able to get to the pool and nobody bothered them. So the moment I went there, some two ladies who were in the pool left the pool and went for their phones. So mimi na kitumbo kiangu hapa nilianza tu kuangalia, okay. I ended up not getting to the pool.
Why?
They were waiting to record.
So what?
It made me feel so uncomfortable.
I know.
Because now, you are the center of attention.
Yes.
I'm just here to relieve my stresses. Yes. I've been writing for 5 days.
Allow me.
Yeah. Wewe hata sijui ulikuja hapa saa ngapi. But suddenly, I am your subject of interest. I didn't talk. Nilikaa tu nje ya pool. I met an actor, I know. Tukakaa chini, tukakunywa chai. And because I was still feeling bad, I decided to take a walk. Yeah, so I did like a kilometer walk, then came back, took a shower and...
I know
the
how
prices
that
we
feels.
pay.
It's the price.
sometime.
It's the price
Yeah, the
you
price we
gotta
pay
pay.
for.
But I love how mature people really can get. I don't think my personal space has been violated to that extent. Hopefully, but I love how. Sorry.
The worst incident. Let me tell you this. Sorry for
Oh
cutting
no,
you short.
it's all right.
The worst incident that ever happened to me.
Yeah.
One time was I was rushing for a meeting. I was actually running late. I'm supposed to get to Ngong Road for a meeting. And so I was leaving one meeting, rushing to the next. So I'm crossing over just past the August 7 Park, yeah, across El Selassie to take matatus towards Ngong Road, number 111. Yeah. And so as I am walking, before I get to the road, I hear commotion from behind me. So the moment I was just about to turn, someone grabbed me from the back and pulled me. So, of course, the first thing in your mind is you're being robbed. So I froze. I had a folder. I was carrying documents. They fell down. And then I turned to face the person I thought was robbing me. And then I found this gentleman in a kilemba with a wide smile. I was like, nimekuona, nikafurahi. Nikasema lazima nikusalimie. Now, as I was turning to face him, all my buttons were out. My shirt was torn because he jerked me from the road. I was just about to cross. Like, yes. And of course, he noted what he had done, and so said, "Tutaonana siku ingine tena," and he walked away. Yeah. So here I was, buttonless with a torn shirt,
documents down,
with my documents on the ground. I'm already running late for my meeting.
And you need to catch your matatu.
Yes. So I just picked my documents, removed the shirt, because now, how do you walk in
town?
Yes. I removed the shirt and walked back. There used to be a supermarket there,
yes.
Pioneer House.
Yes.
Yeah, walked to the supermarket and bought another shirt and called the person I was going to meet, yes. and told him, I'm not in the frame of mind to attend this meeting today, so can we have it tomorrow? I'll explain what happened. So when I got home, I called him and told him, and he was laughing his head off. Because we're like, how do people, yes. This guy told me he is from Nyahururu.
Yeah.
He doesn't know when he'll ever be back in Nairobi, and there's no way he was going to let that chance pass him without saying hi.
Wow. But then at what cost?
I really didn't have time to think and start arguing with him and all that, because my mind was set on other things.
Yeah.
And so from that time I put myself in his shoes. I was like, even the courage to follow me, for him, it must have meant something.
True.
Yeah. In spite of the incident.
True.
Because I'm sure his intention was not to tear my shirt.
It was just to say hello.
So it must have meant something to him.
It must.
So then for me, it became, the price I paid with my shirt became the price I pay for making Kenyans happy. And so that for me was also a turning, like a learning curve, a learning moment. So I nowadays don't ignore.
And you don't take it too seriously.
No, I don't take it personal unless you cross a certain boundary. Yeah. I've had people make some very bad remarks when they, like, we'll be biako, blah, blah, blah. Not very good remarks. Because in the show, it's depicted like maybe Charlie is not able to have kids. Maybe I'm later to sign.
Yes.
So those ones I don't entertain.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, let's respect each other.
Yeah.
So those are my mantras. Yeah. So as far as fans are concerned, I don't mind them.
Me too.
Even the guy who brought me in the cab I was
today,
in,
yes.
He just noticed where I was when we stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, kumbe ni wewe kwani baba? Siku imeanza vizuri.
Yes. Yeah. I think for me what betrays me is people honestly will not recognize me for how I look first. But once I talk or I laugh. Yesterday I was at Carrefour. So my partner did something and it just made me laugh. Then the person in front, so I was laughing like this. Then the person who was paying just looked at me. Lynn, unachekanga tu hivi kwa. You know, like, once I open my mouth to talk or laugh, it's game over.
Yeah.
It's game over. But I just feel like, for me, I love recognizing the fact that, to be honest, because I know my audience are very organic. No one subscribed in this channel because we were clout chasing. They came here because they followed us from way back.
Yeah.
So I love the fact that I think our audiences, to be honest, are the best.
Yeah.
So when I get an opportunity to say hi, I'll say it. The worst moment is when you are dealing with your own personal stuff.
Yes.
Then you meet someone and they're in such a happy mood and they're like, I think one day my sister was in hospital and I had just gone to the supermarket to grab some things for her, and then I was leaving now the supermarket. I was teary. It was a very hard moment for our family. And then someone comes running and they're so excited, Lynn Ngugi, and now I'm wondering, in between my tears and a smile, which one can I afford right now? And I just hugged her, but I could not wait for that moment to pass so that I could be alone again. Yeah. You know?
Now, one of my lowest was one time we were at Kenyatta Hospital, the morgue. I had lost my aunt who was actually paying my fee.
Yeah.
And, okay, now this happened like 2013? Yeah, in February 2013. So, of course, now I'm already in the media and all that. So, we are there, and she's brought, and for me, seeing her was like, it's happened. So I walked back, and I broke down at the door. And then someone saw me, and the first thing they did was take up their phones and start recording. And I told them, please, for the love of God, just stop.
Si leo.
Yeah. And alikuwa naita wengine. Come.
Yeah.
I was like, please just stop. So the person who came, I think, they just read the situation. I was like, please just
Don't do it. Yeah.
Una huku ni wapi. Yeah. And for me that, I really felt bad, because I was wondering, ulikuwa una record upeleke? Okay, sawa, umerecord, umepelekea whoever blog or whatever
Ninalia o Nicolo.
Yeah. What, so ulikuwa unaenda kumwambia nini?
I think people don't know how that can affect a person.
So, and then there are people who just want to push your limit.
Yeah.
And I ask myself, how sad can you be in your life that you just want to see other people sad? Unataka unichokoze ndio? No, I've had a lady step on me intentionally na heels.
Where?
In a queue.
Why?
Like, anataka tu kuona wewe utafanya nini?
Unakapitianga hivi na heel?
Yeah. And I was like, wow. And then akaenda kicheka.
Nikwambia watu wako na stress.
And then so I was like, wow. So, he reacted.
Yes.
Ange benefit nini?
Charlie attacks a woman.
And then?
Of course,
and
you
then
don't.
Pay.
Yeah, of course. Of course, there is a bit of.
You tell me.
Yeah.
Apart from this politician, I don't want to mention names, who slapped another politician. Name mwingine shesikia amepigwa na kalipwa in Kenya.
No.
People are delusional.
Yes.
Kenya, you don't pay. But they would
True story.
It's a fact. People are not practical in their lives. Wait, nani shesikia amelipwa?
Yeah, by the way.
Only one person. And it was because it was a politician.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true.
So, utapigwa by the way.
Yeah. Utapata mtu senya yuko sawa.
Utapigwa.
There's something I also don't want to forget. Allow me to touch on it. The matatu concept with artists or creatives. Sometimes people live beyond their means. And as I was saying earlier, we've seen a lot of stories concerning artists or creatives in general that did not end up well. They portrayed this life in public, but inside they had nothing, or they were dying. Now, to bring the matter to concept, what would you tell creatives out there who are trying these kuonyesha watu they have it going on, but they really don't have it going on? And what's the damage? What damage does that do in future?
When you see an artist who still has to live a fake life, if I would allow me to use that word, there's very little you can do for them. They are yet to mature.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they are like, how would you put it, a teenager in love. Very little advice can go into their head until reality hits. You see, and you just pray that by the time it hits, it does not kill them. You can only pray for them because, I mean, what kind of advice is not out there?
There's a lot of it out there.
Yes, so huyo mtu ni kumwombea, na wakati unamwombea unaomba pia when the reality will come, it will not destroy them. It will be a learning moment. I have used matatus all my life, even when I had cars. Even when I had cars, I have used matatu all my life. The only people who were not using matatus were my children. But then, when sometime something happened in life and we had to go back to matatus, I told them, we are getting into this matatu and we are not getting in it for free. We are paying to be in there. So, ingia ukai. Well, the first time my son was in a matatu, he asked me, Dad, who are these people inside the car?
Oh.
And why are you not driving? Hey. So I sat him down and told him, we don't have a car right now. But when we get one, by then maybe you'll be old enough to drive.
Yes.
Nowadays, he's old enough.
Yeah.
He understands.
Yes.
So some places when we're going to, he's like, how far is the place? Is it walkable? It's not? Okay. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the sister is like, I don't feel like walking. Can you ask your friend to even lend us one of his cars?
What?
But,
soft life.
Yeah, but you let them know it's not always like that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not always
Tell
like that.
them the truth.
Tell them the truth.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to go into debt to please people. Yeah. Even if they are my children.
Yes.
I always say this, and some people think I'm twisted. For me, and in my life, the most important person is my wife. It's not my children. The first person, the most important person for me in my life is my wife. The children are a byproduct of my union and my wife. They came way after. So if my wife is not happy,
yes,
my children will not be happy.
And
if I am not happy, my children will not be happy. So we have to pour into each other so that these others, the seedlings, are taken care of.
Yeah.
You see, so my primary duty is my own.
It's your wife.
My wife. And then my children.
Yeah.
And then others.
Yes. How is marriage life?
Marriage life
The truth of it.
Beautiful. Only if you are willing to work at it. You have to keep working at it. You have to keep telling yourself, I know why I got into it in the first place. Yes. The moment you lose focus, that's it.
Yeah.
You must keep at it. You must. It's not always straight. There are bumpy times. There's a story I'm avoiding to tell you.
Yes.
But I'll mention in passing.
Yeah.
I was once in a very good business. And I was making some good money. But then a friend did us dirty. I ran a company known as Blueprint Concepts. So we were doing experiential marketing. And then trusting a friend to do right by you because, I mean, someone you've known for a while and you've done businesses before. And then this friend one day decides to just turn against us and sweep us clean. And we lost a substantial amount in that. left us in debts and dipped us in a very bad place. Actually, we never recovered from it. We have never recovered from that hit, because we lost basically everything in the company, because we had trusted this person that when we do this business, we'll recoup what we are plowing in.
Yes.
That has never stopped me from trusting people, because again, if you can't trust another person, you can never have, you'll actually be walking backwards, because you can't, you don't trust what is coming from behind you, don't trust what's coming from in front of you. So I don't want to live a paranoid life. So I learned from that experience that if at that time my wife was not an understanding person, then things would have even gotten worse. But she held me, and she still continues holding me now. Even when I told her, look, I'm quitting this production, she was like, if you're okay with it, I'm okay with it.
If you're okay with it,
yes,
I'm okay with it.
Yes. And but 2 weeks ago, my family stays out of town.
Yes.
So 2 weeks ago, we were talking, and she was like, the year is ending, you're coming home for Christmas and all. What are you going to do in Nairobi in January? I was like, what I always do. Like, okay, now that you're not in any production and you're not doing any production yourself, I don't want you in Nairobi. I want you here. Yeah. And it made sense. But again, the rebel in me is telling me, there's something I need to do.
Yeah.
It's something I need to do. And not just for me, but even for my offsprings,
yes,
my children. Yeah. I don't need to sit back and see life happening to me. No. I need to be part and parcel of what is happening to me.
To you.
And I need to partake of it. I need to be ahead in what I'm doing. Because of that hit that we had in business, because of that, it was a massive loss. We lost over 7 million. Because of that loss, I was not able to finish my degree on time. I was not able to do some few things that I planned to do. I've been falling behind on a few things. But then I tell myself, I've been here before. I can pick myself up and forge ahead. I hate wushy.
I was gonna say, you are really avoiding the victim mentality.
No. I don't want to be a victim of anything. I don't want any sympathy.
Yes.
No, I don't want to be sympathized on. I don't want pity parties. I'm avoiding that, because again, when I lost my mom, and then I looked at my brothers, then they were looking at me, and they were looking at me like, you're the next thing that we're looking at. So if you break, we are done for.
It's game over.
It's game over. And so I had to pick myself up and say, I'm not going to fail. When I was quitting teaching, I quit teaching without knowing where I was heading to. So I went to the National Theatre to look for work that I didn't know exists. I was lucky. I don't want to say I was lucky. I would say I was blessed, because God always went ahead of me in everything I did and everything I do. What this side of me, people don't know. I'm a very prayerful person.
Yeah.
I'm a very prayerful person. I'm a Catholic, a staunch one. I know people think Catholic, the liberals, you can do anything you want.
Yes.
It is not true. We are Christians like any other Christians. I once met Bishop Wanjiro, and she was like, I want to pray for you. Like, go ahead, pray for me, ma'am. I want you to get saved. Like, I got saved a long time ago. The fact that I'm a Catholic does not mean I don't believe in salvation.
Yes.
When I was baptized, I was saved. It was confirmed during my confirmation. I received the Holy Communion. I've had my holy matrimony. I live the Christian life. I go to church at St. Joseph Kawasukari. I am the immediate vice chairman of the parish.
Wow.
The immediate former. We just had elections this year.
Yeah.
I was the vice moderator of the parish. I used to sit in the church board for 7 years. You know, I was the head of my small Christian community for 7 years. So I am straight up a Christian, a child of God.
Yeah.
And I tell people I'm a product of grace, because the places I have been to, I didn't go there because I was the most qualified. It was because God allowed me to be in those places, and I believe He's not done with me.
He qualified you.
He
for
did.
Those places.
He did. I have even been able to do jobs where I was supposed to have a degree, and I've never. Okay, I started my degree. I was not able to finish.
Yeah.
I'm still hoping to go to finish
Yes.
in KU. But I've been given jobs that required me to have a degree, and I have not. I've not finished my degree yet, and I held the jobs in one of the big schools in this estate.
Yes.
Yeah. I always say it is God's doing. That's why I am where I am, and He's not done with me.
Yeah.
The next big thing for me, I'm not announcing it. It will be out there.
Amen.
You know,
Amen.
it will be out there.
Amen.
Yeah. And so I'm in a space where I'm allowing life to happen, but with my eyes fully open.
Amen. And
allowing God to take charge of everything that is happening to me. And also, I'm at a position where, I mean, at my age, kuna vitu huwezi nicheza. I question. Yeah. I question everything. Yeah. I'm no longer excited being in a TV show or in a role or wherever. Because when I was growing into this career, I had boxes to tick. I wanted to be in the newspapers. I did. I when I'm focused on something,
yes.
And my wife always tells me, when your mind is set on something, whether right or wrong, you must do it. So please just concentrate on the right one. Because she knows when I am set,
yes.
You will not stop me.
Concentrate on
you
the right one.
You will not stop me.
Uh-huh.
You cannot stop me. When I'm set, you cannot stop me. So when I was growing into this career, I always wanted to tick boxes. I wanted to be in the newspapers. At one time, you see, the I don't know, you journalists, I don't know what name you call it.
Yeah.
The front photo, the front picture.
Yeah.
I was once there. And for me, that was like a milestone. Yeah, I have been, there's some time back, I made sure every year there was an article or two about me in the papers. And not just any, like the daily.
Yes.
Yes.
The major ones.
The major ones.
And you ticked.
Yes. I made sure every year there was a tick, something about me. I wanted to do a musical. I did it. I wanted to do a show that would be on Netflix. So I did a film, Kitambo, and then somehow it got its way into Netflix. So I'm on Netflix. I wanted to do a show that is on Showmax. I was blessed enough to be part of the creation of Sue and Johnny.
Yes.
Because I was the script editor.
Yeah.
I was in that. So I always went ticking my boxes, and I'm not yet done.
You're not yet done.
I'm not yet done.
We keep ticking.
Yeah, I keep ticking my boxes. Yeah, I have my family.
Yes.
I have my children. I have my brothers, as my support system. I have my church and my small Christian community group as my support system, And so, all factors considered, I am okay.
You're good.
I'm good.
You're good.
Yeah, I just need.
I love that for you.
I just need to keep growing.
Good.
Yeah, I just need to keep growing. I just need to keep doing what I do best. I just need to expand my horizon. I just need to keep believing God for my prayers and the desires of my heart.
Yeah.
And then, this is what people don't know when they see us, is that we also have struggles. And our struggles are not limited to what every other Kenyan is going through. We also have financial struggles. We also have mental issues. Unfortunately, if something happens to me today, it will be out there. Unlike any other person, unlike my neighbor next door.
Yes.
Unlike my neighbor next door. So that is where the challenge is. There's nothing about me that will be hidden. So with that knowledge, I walk knowing very well. I'm not walking on eggshells, no. But I walk knowing very well that everything about me is somehow by default for public consumption. So what I can control, I do. What I cannot,
you let it go.
I let it go. I have a daughter.
Yeah.
She just turned 1 on Sunday.
Wow.
Nobody has ever seen her. Not even a photo. She's super beautiful. She's light. She's bubbly. And it was a very conscious decision to keep her away from the limelight and to make sure that she does not suffer what the siblings have suffered. Because when my son went to the school where he is initially, it became a big deal. Oh, when mtoto wa so and so. And so there are those who bully him. There are those who, like, he's just made uncomfortable in his space without noticing. Even the teachers, without realizing that this is a child. It is not him in media. It is the father. I wanted to introduce him into acting. Then I realized I'm not sure I wanted to do that.
Also, is it what he wants?
He wanted at first, but then I was like, can we have this discussion when you are able to understand what is good? Like right now, we can have the discussion.
Yes.
He is such a natural. He's such a natural. Started acting as a child actor. As a toddler, where you just put him here like a prop and all, until now he got to a position where you could direct him.
Yes.
And his first director was actually Philip Karanja. Yeah, and he liked working with him. And I'm thinking, now that he's a bit older, he can understand. Now we can have that conversation. He's now growing into a man, and I want him to grow into his own man. Good. I don't want to impose anything on him because I hate anyone imposing anything on me. Yeah. So that is the space I am at right now.
Yeah.
So the rebuilding is like we are not destroying what we already have.
Yes.
We are just restructuring it and making it better and giving it a new face.
Yes.
Yeah. Like a butterfly.
Like a butterfly.
Yeah. So you will not stay a worm forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
You
will blossom, become beautiful, and take off.
Take off.
Yes.
To forever choosing comfort.
Sure.
Growth over comfort.
Yeah, growth over comfort. And I hate comfort because it makes you complacent. It makes you entitled.
Yes.
It makes you
lazy.
It removes your sensitivity even to your environment. You don't see any. You don't want to change. It makes you resistant. You become a conformist, and those are dangerous people.
They are.
Comfortable people are dangerous people. Why? Because any slight change is resisted, and when you don't know how they will resist.
There you go.
They might resist in ways that will destroy you.
Yes.
You see, so that's why I don't want to work with comfortable people. Yeah, I want to work with agitators. I want to work with people who,
aggressive.
Disruptors. And anytime where I used to be, anytime you introduce something that would be disruptive, there's
face a lot of rejection.
Yeah, a lot of pushback. Why are you bringing that in? Why? Because people are okay the way they are. In hindsight, when I used to hear some of those speeches all politicians used to make, kaeni, vivyo, hivyo. That's a loaded statement. That is a very loaded statement.
Yes, kaeni,
vivyo, hivyo. Yes. We are living in the same space with people who used to be told kaeni, vivyo, hivyo. So vivyo, hivyo is the way to do things for them. You bring anything new, you are an enemy.
You are reject.
Yes. So you really need to hear and understand what people are saying around you. And decode. In spiritual, you say you discern, understand. What is this person saying? What do they mean? And then what because their action will now confirm their words. So the follow-up. He said this. What are they doing about it?
Yes. Yeah. I love how you've winded it up for us. From the rebuilding to the part we started about politics, kaeni, vivyo, hivyo. But I won't let you go before asking who is your favorite actor? Do you even have that?
My favorite actor? I have so many favorite actors because whenever I watch films or whatever TV show,
Yes.
there's what I look for.
Yeah.
I look for the person who, first, of course, relatability.
Yeah.
I want to relate to this person.
Yeah.
What do they do that makes me want to see them again in a different
Yes.
show or anything?
Give me just 3.
There's an actor.
Yes.
He's not known so much.
And I want to see if we have one in common because I'm
He's not
hoping
known
he's in your
so
list.
much. He's not known, like,
Yeah.
people don't know much about him.
Yeah.
I love the way he brings out his small. He normally plays not very major roles,
Yes.
very small roles, but
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah.
He's known as John Leguizamo.
I know him. He's like Italian.
No, he's
He's Spanish,
Spanish,
or
yes,
Mexican. I know him.
yeah.
I know him.
Yeah.
And they like casting him as
a thug.
in those. I
Now,
love.
there's a
it.
movie he
Yeah.
did, and it Where God Left His Shoes.
Oh, haven't
You
watched that
should
one.
watch that film.
Yeah.
What? That dude carried the characters like John Leguizamo. Top.
Good. That I gotta watch. At least I love
Top.
him. I love
John
him.
Leguizamo,
Yeah.
top.
Second.
Number 2, of course, who doesn't like Denzel?
Hey, I know.
Who doesn't like
Now
Denzel?
we can wrap the show.
Who doesn't like
My
Denzel?
man.
Who doesn't like
My
Denzel?
man.
Denzel anytime.
Any day, anytime. Any day, anytime.
And now number 3 could be anyone,
Yes.
but I love how our Kenyan actors have evolved.
Yes.
Our Kenyan actors
Yeah.
are super good.
Yeah.
One, the late Olwenya.
Oh, man.
May God rest his soul. I want someone, please, I know he's your friend. He no longer takes my calls.
Who?
I'm going to tell you who that is. Tell him to come back to acting.
Okay.
Yes. His name is Abel.
Abel.
Yeah, Abel Mutua.
Ali.
Tell him to come back to acting. Okay? Yeah. Tell him to
By
come
the
back
way,
to acting.
you know.
He's a brilliant actor.
Yes.
He's a very versatile actor.
Yes.
Aside from Abel, Philip.
Good. Me too.
Very good.
Anytime.
Very, very good.
Yes.
There's a gentleman by the name
Yeah.
Martin Githinji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You'll see him from afar because the first thing you'll notice is his ears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So
Mato si mimi.
tell Matu aache kuturingia arudi aanze kuact vitu serious.
Please.
Yeah.
Aache
Yeah,
drama.
he's done enough adverts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Arudi kuact.
Arudi kuact.
Yeah.
Yeah, Martin Githinji is a really brilliant actor. Locally, my friends are people who are actually way younger than me.
Yeah.
All these people are
Really?
yeah, way younger than me. The people who have worked, people even I look up to
Yes.
are people even in age are younger than me. Let me tell you why. The generation ahead of us were people who were trained and taught and brought up by the remnants of colonialism.
True story.
And by that I mean the people in my father's and mother's generation were taught by either directly by colonialists or people who were taught by colonialists. So the trauma was passed on. You know, shut up, don't think, kaini vivyo hivyo generation. So those of us who came after them and realized this mistake now became like the silent generation.
Yes.
Now those who came after us are the mnatuambia.
Kwani? What do you mean?
Yeah.
I can't
so
do it.
if I can't look up to these people.
Yes.
Because these are gatekeepers.
Yes.
And I don't want to be a gatekeeper. I don't want to work with gatekeepers.
Yes.
So what choices do I have? Go a step lower.
But I'm loving them.
They are,
I'm loving them.
the only thing I don't like about them
Yes.
is that they are okay. A few of them are a bit lazy, but they have. I like the fact that they disrupt order.
Yes.
But they really need to have a bit of respect to authority in a way that makes the order make sense.
I'm in agreement, because even if you disrupt it,
Yeah.
but then there's no way to make it make
sense. Like this advert that says power is nothing without control. So have the power to disrupt,
Yes,
but also have the magnanimity to control it.
I love that.
Yeah, have the be humble enough
Yes.
to respect even the ones that you feel are not
Worth
doing
it.
or worth it.
I love that.
You know, because
That's
again,
the missing gap.
because again, you did not get there by yourself. You stepped on other people's shoulders to get there. Yeah.
Mi sitoki hapa mpaka useme tumalize. Me, I can talk to you the whole time.
I can talk.
Me too, I can chill.
Tumeongea tu kisiasa,
Kisiasa, kinini. Come back.
This is me.
Yes.
I have my manager, Evelyn, always say, "Pato nini ujuangi? You know something about everything."
Yes.
It's a fact. As a writer, you have to study as much as possible. Me, I read across subjects. Why? Because sometimes when I'm writing about a character, I've created a character, say a lawyer, in a show that I want to write. I've never been to a law class.
There you go.
But I need to write about a lawyer. So what do I do? I
research.
So in the course of researching, you find out things. Yes. And you find very interesting things that, whereas a lawyer will give them the legal eye, I give it an artistic eye. You know, when I'm writing about this lawyer, he might not be exactly an authentic lawyer, but he will have very interesting artistic, angles to them. I've never been to a theology school, but I write about pastors.
There's something you even said. Look around the room and ask yourself, what is it that I'm doing here that cannot be done? I think Oprah put it very clearly. In whatever area in your life you are, do whatever it is you need to do, and do it diligently, but most importantly, do it to a point that no one can beat you to it.
And that has always given me an edge. Yeah. One thing I avoid a lot is comparisons.
Yes.
Comparisons robs you of joy.
A lot.
I do not compare myself with anyone. I don't compare myself with anything. I compare myself with my last work.
There. Oh, you're as good as your last.
Yes. I don't do fashion. I only do clean clothes.
You know what I decided also? I'll only be doing this show in black, in this because it's becoming a task I don't want to get involved in.
It's too expensive.
Not even for me mentally, it's exhausting. Yes. I don't want to wake up every day and think about what am I gonna wear for this show and whatever. Like, I don't want. It's actually, for me, to be honest, it's just exhausting.
Trust me.
It's so exhausting.
It helps, it saves you the trouble of looking around and seeing, Ameva.
There you go.
Anafanya.
Yes. Sasa nilisema nitaenda tu niokote trousers za black, masweta za black, top za black, nikiwa na kama 2-3, cha muhimu ni show.
Uko sawa.
It's too exhausting.
I tell people this and nobody believes me.
Yeah.
I was on TV for 2 years.
Yes.
From 2008 to the whole of 2009 up to December 2010. And I didn't have a TV in my house.
Wow.
I didn't. For a whole 2 years.
So ulikuwa unajiwatch wapi?
Sikuwa najiwatch.
Umejiaminia hivyo.
This is the thing. I am my worst critic. I am my worst. I was looking like,
yes,
bro, that was... Is that the best you could do? Again, I don't watch movies with people.
You watch alone?
Yes.
I love...
Because I watch, I rewind, I take notes.
Hey! Me, I know people who can't watch a movie with me.
I can't watch a movie with...
rewinder.
Yes.
You know, it's become so bad that I'm watching a movie in a theater, and because I know this scene I can rewind, then I realize, Jesus, I just seen a remote, so now I just avoid completely even.
I can't watch movies with people.
Though me, I don't take notes.
When I listen to music, I am boring in the sense that I sing along
to the songs.
Yes.
Oh, You can
I
sing.
no, I am not a singer, but at least I can hum along.
Yes.
I love rumba. Yeah, I love rumba a lot. I love rumba a lot. I research, ask myself, what these musicians, what were they thinking?
Yes.
What was this song about?
Yeah.
So I'm not just listening to Lingala songs without knowing what they are talking about. Yeah, I want to find out.
Yes.
What Ferregola, what is he saying in this
saying
song?
here?
Yeah. Kofi Olomide is singing, what was he singing?
Yeah.
Way back to Franco's time, way back to the likes of Kabasele.
Yes.
So when he says Masekele Ameme, what was that?
What was that?
Yeah, Pembe ya Mbuzi. So what was the Pembe ya Mbuzi about? So if you ask yourself, mtu ameimba Pembe ya Mbuzi, what was it about? It was about sorcery.
Hey.
So for me, it's not just the song. It is the cultural context, the nuances that the song,
deep.
Yeah. Because when I'm going to write a scene in a film or a TV show, and I'm going to state clearly that this person was listening to this song. I've not inserted there for the sake of. It is out of knowledge and research.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. I love that. It's good. Okay, if we don't wind up now, we will never wind up. How many hours are we in? 2 hours. It's just 2 hours. Muga just likes drama. 2 hours, 30 minutes. It's 2 hours. But thank you so much. I want to let you go. I have a feeling that I'll have you again on a different conversation.
Sure.
Just to say thank you for coming, through. But before I let you go, what would be your parting shot?
Okay. First of all, before I even go to my parting shot, as you say, as I've said, I've been like trying to find myself and all. The last 7 weeks, I've been going around universities in the country.
Oh, really?
Yes, and a very good friend of mine and a business partner by the name, I don't know if I'm sure he wants me to mention him, but anyway.
Yes.
We've been doing what you call Africans Campus Battle. Now, Africans Campus Battle is a talent-based program that goes to the universities and gives platform to talented students to showcase their talent.
Wow.
Now, think about it.
Yes.
After you've gone for the National Drama or National Music Festival, where does that talent go? Have you ever thought about it?
Nowhere.
So what happens is this. Ulifanya drama, music, football, athletics, nini, ukapewa certificate or trophy or whatever. Iko tu home, ama iko pale kwa sanduku, mende zinafanya harusi. So that is where life is at.
I can't now unsee it. Tremendous enough.
So
go on.
So what happens? What happens to this talented person who anaambiwa wewe soma hiyo mchezo ama hiyo nini haitakupeleka mahali, unaachana nayo. What people don't know is some of these activities that used to be called or extracurricular activities were part of release mechanism or copy mechanisms for these people. So we have students in campuses or universities or colleges who have a lot of pent-up issues, they have a lot of stress, they have a lot of things going on in their lives that nobody cares to listen to. Wewe ni uingie lecture, usome, uende library, ufanye assignments, submit, do group discussion, ufanye practical, ufanye nini. But there's a part of your life that nobody really cares about. People just wait for you to graduate. But there's a lot to life beyond just being a student.
Yes.
And, so ACB is a platform that allows us to go into campuses and bring out this other side of students that they have not been allowed to express. And also we use art. So those who can sing, those who can dance, those who can play instrument, those who can do spoken word poetry. So we give them that platform.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So I've done that for the last 7 weeks.
Wow.
And now we award in every campus.
Yes.
The winner takes home 10,000. I mean, 10K kama when is student.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot.
We give them certificates,
Yes.
some gift hampers from some of our partners and sponsors.
Yeah.
So now this Friday, that is the day after tomorrow,
Yes.
we are having the grand finale.
Wow.
Of the Africa's Campus Battle at the Nairobi Film Center, Aga Khan Walk. So I'm officially inviting you.
I'm coming.
You must be there.
I will be there.
And we will be awarding the winner
Yes.
100,000.
Wow.
Partly, part of that money will go into their school fees as scholarship.
Yes.
The winning university will also get a trophy. We have invited so many guests. Some of them I cannot mention here, but we have a collection, a profile of guests.
Wow.
Will be there. And of course, all the 7 universities plus other universities in the country. So we are hoping that moving forward, we'll have an opportunity to even go to all the universities in the country.
Yes.
Our aim is to eventually be present in all the universities in Africa. That's why we are Africa's Campus Battle. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Great concept right there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even gassing you right now just because you're on my show to tell you. It's because I know how it feels like to be a creative and have your life come to a standstill because you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And I think it's yesterday we were saying the greatest sense of hopelessness is you waking up in the morning and not knowing where to go or what to do.
Yes.
You get it? So
trust me, I've been there. There's a time I was in my house after I stepped away from the show and I was like, sasa unamka uende? Hakuna. But then I tell myself, I'm better off here than going to a place and coming back with half my life.
True.
So even though this place is also killing me by just staying here, but it's not.
In retrospect, though now. Later on is when you realize it served its purpose.
Served its purpose, yes. It was like, for me, a cleansing moment, a moment of realization, a moment of meditation. I saw you had Chebet here.
Yes.
Now, fun fact.
Yeah.
When she was a student, I once directed her in drama when she was at Tumutumu.
Yes.
Yeah. When she was doing a play for one time. Yeah. Even one of the solo verses that she ever did that was very good.
Yeah.
I once directed her.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. You see? A beautiful legacy you're leaving behind.
I have a few people out there who can say I have interacted with them professionally, even when they were still in school. Yeah.
That's a beautiful one,
yeah.
You know?
So my parting shot, I know you're coming there.
No.
I avoid, and I'm saying this again for maybe the upteenth time, I avoid the usuals and the usual paths. I like taking the path not taken. There's someone actually wrote a poem known as the path not taken.
Yes.
Yeah. So I like exploring new frontiers, which is frustrating, especially to people who look up to me, like even my family are waiting for me to bring bread at home.
Yeah.
And they're like, this thing you're starting, when will it ever be anything? And it is important that sometime you do that. Like I said, shake the tree, let others pick the fruits. Yes. I would want that to be part of my legacy in life, that I shook the tree somewhere and some people benefited out of it. I'm not pointing out at any particular tree, but I know it is out there and the seedlings will be out pretty soon. So I'm at that point in my life where I can't say I've seen it all, but I've seen enough to say, even if you say you want to take me today, I have already made a name. My name is out there. I've had legacy. I have taught people. Yes. I have brought up a well-balanced family. So I'm good. I'm still in the building process. I'm still rebuilding.
Yes.
But I'm not green. I'm not starting from zero.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm starting from a point of knowledge.
We have a foundation.
And
a strong one.
And yeah, of course. Yeah. And above all, God is everything.
Everything.
All in all.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you.
It's been an honor. I've waited for this interview. And I keep saying in God's time, he makes things beautiful.
Sure.
And I know even going just by the comment section that you'll be able to see on our platform, a lot of people will be inspired by your story. There's something beautiful about someone who is vulnerable and authentic. And I just feel like that's why I love these shows. That's why even if they take 2 hours, I don't know how you guys do it. I don't know how you watch a show 2 hours 40 minutes or 2 hours 20 minutes. I don't know how you guys actually do it, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful because I might never get to sit with you to tell this story again. So for me, whenever I get an opportunity to sit with someone, I want it to count. I want it to matter. I want you, when you go and watch yourself, I know you don't do that often, or maybe you don't even do that.
I will watch this probably a month
later. But I want you to be proud and not feel like I cut out the most beautiful parts.
I don't mind what you put in.
No,
it's your show. Come on.
Fun fact, I don't.
Nice.
I don't edit out. Like, why? Watch our pose, then watarudi kesho, then kesho kutwa, mpaka mtu ashibe story. You get it? All right, guys. What, Leon, for the first time, mara nimemaliza maji kwa hii kikombe. But guys, I really want to know what your take home is from today's conversation. I feel happy. I think it's a thing. When I sit with someone who's our energy in ambatana, it's always such an effortless conversation to have. So, you know what we do on the comment section. Please tell me what your take home is. But other than that, how can people find you on your socials?
My socials are always open.
Yes.
I read all my inboxes. If you inbox me, I'll always read. If it is worth replying, I'll definitely will. Yeah. The only thing I don't encourage is people coming to tell me, oh, nisaidie hivi, because I don't know. I don't have a mechanism of knowing who is authentic and who is not. So those ones normally, in as much as I would really want to help out, but I have no way. I have no way of knowing who to help and who not. So and normally, I wouldn't really, but I would engage you and tell you, look, I'm not in a position to, but please try this or the other. I'll make referrals.
You'll make referrals.
I try as much as possible to give back where I can, or even time, because I even get students who come to me and tell me, hey, I am doing my final project, please can I interview you? One actually did the other day, but I told her I'm not in the frame of mind to do it, because I don't want to rush them, because right now I'm in the middle of doing so many other things, and also I'm not in the space of mind to even give them my time. So I'd be very honest and tell you I'm not able to. But my socials are all open
on the screen right now. So guys, if you feel like you wanna holler at Patrick, please, you've heard the terms. Those are his socials on the screen. Of course, I'll be going for the Africa Campus Battle. For me, those are things that I really love doing. I feel like one event I used to love going was Wapi concert. I'm a hip hop person, so not in like but I used to love how they would, like artists, you know, just give them a platform to be able to express themselves.
And we don't have many of those.
What is happening nowadays in Kenya?
What is happening
Maybe we
is
should
this.
Start one.
I hope we are not making the show too long, but let me tell you what's happening. This is what is happening. We have been made to be insensitive to our consciousness because everything has been commoditized. So even this issue of talanta hela, whereas it is okay to earn out of it, out of your talent, but is it true that every other talent is supposed to be monetized?
No.
That's the other thing. Some of it should just be educational and, you know, just kusensitize watu, kuelimisha watu, just entertain people and leave it at that level. You know, where I'm saying this, but the irony is that I want the artist to earn from their talent. But again, we need to know what is talent and what is hubris. Everyone on certain platforms is a content creator, is a content maker,
He's a podcaster.
is a podcaster, is this or the other. I don't like gatekeeping, but I also want to be sensible. Whereas you are free to do whatever you want, but do you really care, like Lynn, care about your audiences? What are you feeding people?
Yeah.
There are sometimes you go online, alafu unasikia mtu ameshout profanity hapo, you're like, wow. And then we are bringing up our children in the same space. I'm scared for my son to get to the age where he will have a Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or whatever account, and I am not able to know what he's consuming. We need to be self-regulating by our consciousness. Our decency as human beings should be telling us that there are things we should not do, or should not post, or should not even create.
Yeah. I think you are right. On that note, I'll do a talent event.
Please do.
I miss those moments.
Please do.
Because for me, those moments were part of my sanity. I would go there when you are so...
Careful. When you say part of your sanity, it means...
What we talked about.
Yes. You're creating a coping, because you might end up doing that to other people.
That's what I said. I was creating for... No, but here's the difference though. I enjoyed watching that.
Yes.
And to be honest, sometimes you'll be caught in between. I don't like what's happening here.
Yeah.
For me, I enjoy music. I love. It's not even a coping for me. That's one thing I know. Even if someone takes this away or this away or this away, that remains. For me, that's one thing I love and I enjoy. But I was making reference to, I've seen people like Octopizzo, Calligraph. They used to come at Wapi.
Yes.
And look at where they are right now. But I'm looking for places or spaces right now that are helping young people get to these places. And we don't have any in Kenya. Two types of people, the good people and
like
those
I told
who try
you,
to
the system has been designed to work
against you.
Now, the sad thing is, people like me and you who have access to information know that there's nothing you can do about it and crack this code, because that is how the system has been designed. It has been designed to fail. The system has been designed to work for certain people, such that for you to benefit from the system, you have to collude with the system. You have to cross over to this other side. I have a very simple theory.
Yeah.
No politician is going to heaven, because you cannot go to heaven knowing what you know and doing what you do and think you will go. None. Unless
heaven is a myth.
Unless heaven is a myth. No, they are not.
Yes.
Because in as much as God is a forgiving God and all that,
He's also a just God.
He will not allow you to get away with what you do.
I gotta wind up now.
Sure.
Otherwise, tutanuga tumalize ama tuendelee. Tuendelee. Guys, I'm done. Ati tuendelee. No, yes, and I hope, as I was saying earlier, on the comment section, you guys, let me know what your take home is. I love that parting shot. God is a just God, and heaven is not a myth. So let's come correct. And I loved, honestly, for me, if you ask me, I really loved having this conversation. There are those conversations I just love having. They just make me happy, and for me, not only is my guest today, as I said during the introduction, a great artist, I've just learned also he has a brilliant mind, and he's also a human being just like all of us. And I hope his vulnerability, his authenticity, how organic he is a point of inspiration for all of us. Thank you so much for watching. I don't want to forget my people at Maridadi Motors. Thank you for always me. When I get people who support our work, I celebrate. I say, God, thank you. We prayed for these things. Sometimes people see the results, but they don't know how often you
process
prayed
is, yes.
for these things. So my daddy, we on our 2-year journey. I appreciate it. For me, it means whatever we are working and doing as a brand is working for you as well. So go support my people at Maridadi Motors, and once again, congratulations. Mumefunga mwaka vizuri. You deserve all those wins. You deserve all the good things coming your way, because hata nyi mmejua behind the scene tumetoana wapi. So import your car na Maridadi if you're in a position to, hakuna pressure. Check out their other services, and also to thank my incredible team for always coming through. Hii kazi mtu hawezi fanya peke yake. Edgar, Muga, Scholar, asanteni sana, and of course Kelvin, Sam and Mary for compiling this episode and making sure it reaches you guys right on time. And to our other people wa office when we don't get to see here at LNN, I appreciate you, asanteni sana. Before I let you go, who else would you want me to interview? One of our audience alisema guest akitoka na muuliza.
Wow.
Yes.
There are people with beautiful stories out there. Yeah, one.
Yeah.
There's one lady that people don't know much about, but she's such a brilliant lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk to Catherine Wamoyo.
Catherine Wamoyo.
Yeah.
All right.
She's a brilliant lady.
Okay.
She's camera shy, but she's a beautiful story.
Okay.
Yeah. If you allow me, you could also talk to Naomi Kamau.
Yes.
Yeah. Naomi, there is no local drama in Kenya without Naomi Kamau. Yeah. When the annals of history of local drama is written in this country, her name will occupy a page.
Good. Consider it done.
Yes.
I shall reach out. Maybe I shall come to you. Nisaidie ku make the contact, but I appreciate that. Consider it done. Sindio?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Gonna see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. God bless. Bye.